I had such a horrible day yesterday in this house. And you have no idea how bad it was. Okay, check this out. I just want to show you something. Both of these smoke alarms, well, we had to rip them out. And the reason why is that when the house was built some 20 years ago, these guys have a terminator cell in them, as it turns out. And so even if you change the battery, it just says, nope, F you, we're too old, we're not going to work anymore, and we're not going to work for you. So I had my smoke alarms go out on me for 2.5 hours as beeping is happening. And then what was so strange was that not only did one of these two things go out where you put the battery back in, it's still beeping, but I also had a separate carbon monoxide detector smoke alarm that I had also unplugged and thrown into a box in the closet. And that started beeping and dying at exactly the same time as the other smoke alarm did. In my bedroom, in the middle of the night, somewhere between 5:30 and 8:30 in the morning yesterday. And by the time I got up, the dog was so traumatized that she had to immediately go outside, and then she had to immediately go outside again. The wind was insane. The cold was insane. And then the next thing you know, I got the fire department here, and we could not figure out what was beeping. It was like there was some kind of time bomb in the house, you know? So we literally, I mean, these guys, I had basically officials in my closet yesterday ripping through my stuff. The very serious look on his face, is this what it is? Are you sure that this isn't beeping? I'm like, dude, I got this in Kentucky. Like back when I lived in Louisville, Kentucky, or actually Milton. Some guy on the phone was really, so excited. He was an old man. He called me up as a telemarketer. He was so excited about this phone that I've never thrown it away, even though, your phone company has to be compatible with this. I mean, it's basically useless, but I even put black tape over it because it had this big red light on it, and you don't really want that flashing all the time. So, but anyway, the point is that this became a potential smoke alarm that was beeping. That's how desperate we were, okay? Just to show you another thing, with an equally serious and crazy look on his face, the fireman said, "Are you sure it's not this?" And I'm like, okay, look, these are hard drives. I don't think they beep. I'm pretty sure they don't, but you know what? If it's going to make you feel good and it's due diligence and professional firefighting behavior, I'm happy to take these out of the closet so that if they beep, that we'll hear the beep over there and we'll know that it moved. Well, it turned out that it wasn't these. And, and this is all true. None of this is fake. They even speculated as to the possibility that this microphone case was the bomb. Because we thought, the beeping was so horrible, and then he had to keep firing off all the smoke alarms in the house. It was so intense. It was so intense. I was crying when they left because it had been so noisy for so long. This was not a ticking time bomb, as it turns out. I said, look, I think there really is nothing else in here except for a microphone. It doesn't have batteries, there's nothing going on here. It's not this, I promise you. But we couldn't find it, and the thing kept beeping, and I'm like, oh my God, are we ever gonna... I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do the show, because if that thing was still happening, I probably would have had to leave here. I wouldn't have my rig to do the live stream on. I would have had... Everything would have been crazy. So finally, thank God, after... They stayed here for 90 minutes, and they finally found it. In this box, some carbon monoxide detector. Who the heck needs that, right? Just, yeah, that's ugly. Let's throw that away. Well, yeah, you probably want to leave that plugged in, as it turns out. I discovered the hard way. So it's been quite a ride. It's been quite an amazing, amazing journey.
Dispatch Flora.
Hi there. I'm calling because my smoke alarm is beeping loudly every 30 seconds, and it's in an inaccessibly high location. It's driving me crazy. I've usually had the fire department come out when these things happen and get the batteries changed, and I wasn't able to find anybody who'd answer the phone until I called this number. So thank you for answering.
Okay. So in the past, what have you done?
So I have a smoke alarm that's beeping every 30 seconds.
Yes.
It makes you want to kill yourself.
And in the past, what have you done?
What I've done is called the fire department, and they come, and we use a ladder, and they crawl all the way up there with me spotting them so that it's safe.
Okay.
They can change the battery.
What is your address? Okay, one moment.
Thank you.
What's your phone number? And your name?
David, and I do have a gate code they should probably have, too.
Go ahead with that.
The second gate might be open, might be closed, and that's...
Okay, I will let them know.
Is somebody going to be coming here?
I will tone them out. This isn't something we usually tone out the fire department for, so...
Well, I have no other way to fix it, and it is a very, very intense, bad situation with how noisy it is and how frequent it's beeping. I can't even live in my house like this. So it is very serious.
Okay, yeah. When people usually call with these, we ask that they call like a handyman or someone else who might have a ladder.
Well, this is the third time I've called the fire department. You guys never had any issue with it before or told me that it was a problem. It's the first time anybody's given me pushback.
Okay, all right, I'll tone them out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.